You carry the key to all money right in the palm of your hand, literally right now. Somewhere here is hidden a point that is rusted from your own thoughts about scarcity. It is blocking 90% of your income. In 30 seconds, I will show you where it is and how in 2 minutes a day to press the hidden button, after which money will start coming to you on its own. Not because you became smarter, but because you finally opened the door that you yourself had closed. If you are ready to figure out once and for all the flow of money in your life, stay here. On this channel, we don't talk about the complicated, only about what works. And we have dozens of such keys to your reality. So as not to miss a single one, subscribe and hit the bell. Let's go. Imagine for a second that right now, while you're watching this video, there exists a tiny invisible door. It is built into the most unexpected place, into your own body. And on whether it is open or closed, literally everything depends. Will money come to you today or pass you by? Will that lucky opportunity happen, or will you not even notice it? Will you feel like the master of your life or its eternal victim? It sounds like fiction, but it is not fiction. This is knowledge that was hidden for centuries. It was guarded like the most precious secret by those who controlled the wealth and flows of entire empires. Because the one who knows where this door is and how to open it gains access to a source of abundance that never runs dry. And the most shocking thing is that this door is right now, with high probability, locked shut, blocked by your own fears, old grudges, and thoughts that things like this don't happen. But what if I told you that opening it requires not years of meditation, not tons of books read, and not enormous sums of money? All it takes is 2 minutes and your own finger. Are you ready to spend 2 minutes to learn how to stop being a beggar and start being a receiver, so that money, luck, and opportunities start coming to you on their own, like a river that has found its channel? Then watch to the end, because what you will learn in a few seconds, most people will never learn. We are all looking for a magic button, a button by pressing which life will start to change. We look at successful people and think, they just got lucky, they have connections, they have starting capital. We look for a complicated explanation for their success because we don't believe in simple ones. But what if the secret of success is not in something external and complicated, but in something internal and simple? So simple that you can touch it with your finger. The entire universe is arranged on the principle of vibrations, resonance. You are not just a physical body, you are an energy system, complex, subtle, but having clear laws of operation. And in this system there are centers of power. The ancients called them chakras, gates, points of assembly. Modern science, studying biologically active points, is only approaching an understanding of their power. There is a point responsible for health, there is a point responsible for clarity of mind, and there is a point that is responsible for your material well-being, for your ability to attract, retain, and multiply. This point in different traditions was called the gate of wealth, the treasury of gold, the portal of earthly gifts. Its location is not coincidence. It is connected with your will, your ability to act in the material world and take from life what is rightfully yours by birthright. Why then does it not work for most people? Imagine a water pipe. If the faucet is not used for years, the mechanism will rust, sediment will build up inside, and water, even under great pressure, will trickle in a thin stream or not flow at all. Exactly the same with our portal of abundance. From childhood, we are taught money. It's complicated. You're not born rich. Big money, big problems. Nothing comes for free. We see how our parents worry about bills, hear gossip about wealthy neighbors, absorb beliefs that being rich is shameful or dangerous. Every such thought, every fear, every drop of envy is a new layer of rust, a new clump of dirt that clogs our natural channel of abundance. We ourselves, with our own beliefs, cut off our own flow, and then life begins in deficit mode. Eternal shortage of money until payday, rejections at work, failed deals, the feeling that the world is stingy and unfriendly. The world is not like that. Your faucet is clogged. And for the water of life in the form of money, opportunities, fortunate coincidences to flow again in a full flowing river. You simply need to clean out the pipe, restore its original capacity. And the point in your palm is that very emergency key, the inspection hatch through which you can clear everything out. Let's find it right now. Raise your palm in front of you. You can do this without even taking your eyes off the screen. Look at your palm. Do you see the lifeline? It curves around the thumb. Now imagine that from the base of the index finger to the edge of the palm runs an invisible line. And another one, from the base of the thumb upward. Where these two lines intersect, at the very edge of the palm, on the fleshy mound, that is our point. There is an even simpler way. Simply clench your hand into a fist. See where the pad of your thumb lands. That very place you now feel under the pad is your personal portal of abundance. Find it on the other hand, with your index or thumb finger. Press down. Feel what you sense. For most people who have long lived in constrained circumstances or with thoughts of scarcity, this place will be painful. You may feel an aching, sharp pain, tingling, or simply an unpleasant pressing sensation. This is not bad. This is excellent. This is a signal. A signal that the point is alive. It is here, but it is blocked. This pain is that very rust and dirt coming to the surface. If the point were dead, you would feel nothing. So rejoice in this pain. It says that you are on the right path, and you have enormous potential for change. Now let's move to the practice, that very 2-minute-a-day technique that changes everything. Remember, regularity is more important than duration. Better 2 minutes every day without skipping than an hour once and then abandoning it. Choose a time, ideally in the morning, right after waking up, to set the tone of a day of abundance, or in the evening before sleep, so that your subconscious, freed from blocks, works all night on attracting opportunities. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths in and out to calm your mind. Now, with the thumb of one hand, let's say the left, find the point on the right palm. Begin to press on it gently, but perceptibly. The pressure force should be such that it's slightly, even pleasantly, expanding. Don't press to the point of cracking and seeing white. This is not a competition. This is a dialogue with your body. Breathe evenly. And here comes the key moment. We connect consciousness. Without this, the technique will be just a massage. But what we need is reprogramming. On the inhale, imagine how, through this point, a stream of warm, golden, radiant light flows into your body. This is the energy of pure potential, the abundance of the universe. It has no form. It can become money, or a new job, or a profitable acquaintance. You are simply letting in the very possibility. On the exhale, imagine how, through this same place, everything dark, heavy, sticky leaves you. These are your fears. I won't be able to. I won't succeed. I am unworthy. These are grudges against money and wealthy people. This is envy. These are childhood beliefs. Imagine how this becomes gray or black smoke and leaves on the exhale. Inhale, golden light. Exhale, gray smoke. Continue rhythmically pressing and massaging the point with circular movements clockwise. While your fingers work and the breath and images cleanse the energy channel, you need to lay down a new program. Mentally pronounce, you may whisper, key phrases. Say them not as spells, but as already accomplished facts, calmly and confidently. My channel of abundance is clean and wide open. I receive money and opportunities easily and with joy. I am worthy of a rich life. I am safe. The abundance of the universe flows to me like a river. You can say, I am a magnet for money and luck. Or, my income grows every day. Choose 2 or 3 phrases that resonate with you inside. Repeat them in rhythm with your breathing or simply during the massage. Do this for exactly 2 minutes. Set a timer if you're afraid of losing track. Over time, you will feel when the process concludes naturally. The pain will subside, the point will become warm. A pleasant relaxation and feeling of light euphoria may appear throughout the whole body. What is actually happening in these 2 minutes? You are synchronizing 3 levels of your being. The physical level. Pressure on the biologically active point sends a powerful signal along nerve fibers directly to the brain, to those parts of it that are responsible for the sense of safety and reward. The brain receives the command. Anxiety is canceled. Resources are available. You can relax and see opportunities. The energy level. Visualization of light and smoke in rhythm with breathing works directly with your energy body, unblocking stagnation and restoring the natural flow of forces. The mental level, the affirmations, is a direct address to the subconscious, to that part of you which 95% controls your decisions and behavior. You are replacing the old broken record about poverty with a new, clean recording about abundance. In just 2 minutes, you do a general cleaning and system reinstallation on all levels. That is why this is so effective. But there is even more. Activating the point is like starting the engine of a car. But to drive, you need to press the gas and turn the steering wheel. That is, to begin acting in a new way. After the morning practice, your task for the whole day is to be a receiver, to tune your perception to the wave of abundance. How to do this? First, begin noticing signs. The universe communicates with us in the language of signs. After activating the portal, they will become more frequent. You saw a number you like on a billboard. That's a sign. You heard a song on the radio with words about luck. That's a sign. An old acquaintance you hadn't talked to in a long time called you. That's a sign. Don't ignore them. Mentally say, I see it, thank you. I am open to the gifts. This strengthens the connection. Second, practice conscious generosity. The most paradoxical, but also the most powerful law of abundance. To receive more, you need to start giving. But not from the state of, I already have so little, but I must. But from the state of, I have enough, I share. Start with small things. Pay for the coffee of the person standing behind you in line. Buy a homeless person not only food, but also socks, without regret and without expectation of return. When you give, you send the world, and most importantly, your subconscious, a clear signal. I have enough. I am in the flow. I have more than enough to spare. This is the fastest way to convince your deep self that you are not in deficit, and the universe will respond with the same, but in greater volume. Third, watch your language. Completely eliminate from your vocabulary the destroyer phrases. I have no money. I cannot afford this. This is too expensive for me. I am so poor. Poor me. Replace them with neutral or affirmative ones. I am not choosing this expense right now. I am directing my resources toward other goals. I easily find opportunities for what I desire. Language creates reality. Every time you say, I am poor, you are driving another nail into the door of your portal. When you say, I choose, you are taking the reins in your own hands. Fourth, give thanks. Every evening before sleep, recall at least 3 things you are grateful to the passing day for, connected with abundance. Not necessarily enormous sums. Give thanks for having enough money for lunch, for finding 15 coins on the pavement, for a friend giving good advice that will save you money in the future, for receiving your paycheck on time. Gratitude is a high-frequency vibration that attracts even more reasons for gratitude. This is a closed circle of happiness and prosperity. And now let's talk about what to expect. What will the first results be? They are very individual. Most often, people notice changes in their state. That background anxiety about money that sat somewhere in the stomach disappears. A calm confidence appears that everything will work out, everything will be fine. This is already a huge step, because from a state of panic and fear, it is impossible to make wise financial decisions. Then, small but very noticeable signals begin to arrive. Someone repays you an old, forgotten debt. At work, you receive an unexpected bonus. You find at a sale exactly what you wanted for a long time at a laughably low price. You receive a profitable offer for extra work from a person you randomly talk to in a cafe. Then events become larger in scale. A job vacancy may unexpectedly appear with a salary higher than you expected. A client you had long dreamed of may come. An idea for a small business of your own may appear, which will start bringing in the first money. People around you may begin saying, "You just keep getting lucky." But you will know that it is not luck. It is that you finally tuned your internal receiver to the right frequency and began to notice and attract what used to pass you by. You became a conduit for abundance. And the longer and more regularly you practice, the wider your channel becomes, the greater the flow. Of course, there will be doubts, especially in the first days when there are still no visible changes. The brain, accustomed to old patterns, will whisper, "Hey, this is all nonsense. 2 minutes of palm massage won't make you rich. Stop doing stupid things." This is the voice of that very rust, which is afraid of being cleaned out. At this moment, it is important to show stubbornness, to trust the process, to remember that you are doing this not for instant enrichment, but for a reboot of your entire internal system. It is like taking vitamins. The effect is cumulative, but inevitable. Promise yourself to practice for 21 days without interruption. Just 21 days to form a new habit and give yourself a chance for real change. It is also important to understand that an open portal is not a lottery ticket. It does not cancel the need to act, to think, to look for paths. It removes the internal barriers that prevented you from acting effectively. It gives you clarity to see opportunities and the courage to grab them. It attracts the right people and circumstances to your path, but walking this path is still up to you. Money won't fall from the sky onto the sofa where you are lying, but the path to it will become easier, more interesting, and more natural. Now, instead of fighting for survival, you will begin creating abundance. The difference between these two states is colossal. Many people ask, "What if I miss a day?" Life happens. If you missed one day, nothing terrible. Simply return to the practice the next day. Don't punish yourself. The feeling of guilt is also a low vibration emotion that blocks the flow. If you missed a week, start over. The main thing is not to quit entirely. Make this practice as natural a ritual as brushing your teeth. You don't think every time about whether to brush your teeth. You simply do it. Same here. 2 minutes is nothing on the scale of a day, but everything on the scale of your changing reality. Another frequent question. Do you need to work with both hands? You can, but it's not necessary. One leading hand is enough. Or you can alternate. One day the right, another day the left. Experiment. Listen to your sensations. The body itself will tell you what is better for it. Some people feel greater soreness in the left hand, the hand of receiving. Some in the right, the hand of action. Massage both and choose the one whose response is stronger. Or work with the one that hurts more. This means that is where the strongest stagnation is, and that is what needs to be worked on first. Over time, you may notice that the soreness in the point fades. It becomes simply sensitive or even pleasant when pressed. This is an excellent sign. It means that the main blockage has been removed. The channel has been cleared. But this is not a reason to quit the practice. This is a reason to take it to a new level. Now, pressing the point, you are not so much clearing the pipe as widening the diameter and connecting to a more powerful source. Your affirmations can become bolder. I receive enormous sums of money for my favorite work. My financial possibilities are limitless. I live in luxury and comfort that I deserve. Raise the bar. Your subconscious is already ready to accept new, more powerful commands. Remember, All great changes begin with a small, almost imperceptible step. With the decision to believe in yourself. With the decision to spend 2 minutes a day on yourself. Don't look for complicated paths. Everything truly brilliant is simple. And this point on your palm is direct proof of that. All your life, you have been carrying the key to your well-being right in your hands, literally. Now you know how to use this key. The instructions are right before your eyes. The main thing remains, to take it and do it. Not tomorrow, not from Monday, but right now. As soon as this video ends, put down the phone, find the point, do the first activation session of your portal of abundance. Do it for yourself, for your new life, in which you are not a petitioner but a master, generously receiving the gifts of the universe. Your road to abundance begins right here and right now with this press. Make it.